Okay, so I wanted to take a look at the MVP race solely through the eyes of statistics. So, trying to take apart any bias or any eye test really and just see what the numbers are saying. So, first, if we just look at totals, um, Tyrese Maxey is leading the league in a lot of categories in minutes, field goals made, field goal attempts, and points. You've got Luca is in second, Shea is in third, Jalen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards. So really part of the advantage here is that Tyrese Maxey has played 8 more games than Luca. He's played 7 more games than Shea, and that is essentially why he's got the lead. For assists per game, or sorry, not per game, total assists, Cade Cunningham is in first, Nikola Jokic is in second. Again, the reason why Cade is in the lead is because he's played 8 more games. Um, and total rebounds, Towns dominates that. I imagine Wemby is the leader in blocks and Casey Wallace in steals. So also for threes made for the first time ever, I believe a rookie is leading. Concanapo is um, leading there, and obviously Steph Curry has fallen way down this list because he's only played 39 games and he's going to be out for a while here. So looks like we're going to get potentially a rookie winning the 3 point title this year. Um, I don't think that the total numbers tell much of an MVP story because, at least right now, Shea is just coming off of a little bit of an absence. Jokic is as well. And I don't think that Tyrese Maxey leading the league in scoring gives him much of an MVP case at all. But if you go over to points per game, Luka's the leader. 32.5 is a crazy high number. Shea's right behind him at 31.7. Anthony Edwards just under 30. Tyrese Maxey as well at 29. And Jokic is fifth at 28.9. What Jokic does lead the league in is assists per game at 10.3. He's the only one averaging double digit assists, although Cade is at 9.9. And rebounds, he's at 12.5. So even though Towns has is a league leader in total rebounds, he's behind him in rebounds per game. So Jokic is leading the league in assists and rebounds per game while averaging 29 points a game. Um, Pretty crazy to be able to accomplish that. Um, so we could look at field goal percentage as well. Although the problem with filtering by field goal percentage is you're going to get Rudy Gobert, of course, because all he does is dunk. Same with Aiton. You're going to get a lot of centers that don't play other than around the rim. Giannis is the first kind of high profile scorer to show up on here. Shea is averaging 55% from the field, which is crazy for a guard. That is like Steph Curry prime levels of high shooting percentages. If we go to some of the advanced numbers, you can kind of get a better picture. So first, if you start with, um, let's start with PER. So that's just basically your production, like your per minute production. Basically, it's kind of like an all-encompassing stat, and it shows Jokic first, Shea second, Wemby third, Kawhi fourth, and Luka fifth. Which, in some order, that might be the MVP list right there. Obviously, Cade Cunningham deserves to be somewhere on that list. Jalen Brown deserves to be somewhere on that list. He's a little further down at 11th. But the way that Kawhi has played in the second half, he deserves to be up there. Luka has been carrying the Lakers even with LeBron out recently, and he's just scoring a ton. So it makes sense that he's up there. Wemby, the best defensive player in the league by far, and then Jokic and Shea, 1A and 1B um, in the world, basically. True shooting percentage, I'm sure most people know. That just is your field goal percentage, but it um, adjusts for threes and free throws as well. And so it's a little bit more of an accurate way to show your efficiency as an offensive scorer. And Jokic is, other than Steph Curry, Jokic is the king of this category. 68.1% is fucking insane, especially considering everyone else in the top five is just a rim running center that doesn't really do anything other than dunk or shoot right around the rim. So Jokic, he takes contested shots, he takes threes, he is a all around elite scorer, and he's got a true shooting percentage of 68.1. And by the way, Shai is at 66.7, which for a guard is otherworldly. It's Steph Curry levels. It's unbelievable. You go to offensive win shares. Who's the best offensive player in the league? That's kind of potentially one way to look at it. Shai, number one. Jokic right behind him, 9.3 and 9.2. Defensive win shares. Wembenyama makes sense. He's number one. Chet right behind him. That also makes a lot of sense. So if you just go total win shares, it just adds up the offense and the defensive contributions. You've got Shai number one, 12.5. Jokic number two, 11.6. Kind of surprisingly, Kevin Durant and Tyrese Maxey are 3 and 4. This is sort of a category that I would say it kind of neutralize a specialist. Like if you're just an offensive player that has a high offensive win share, but you don't defend at all, then you're not going to usually be at the top of the leaderboard. Because keep in mind, you can be negative here too. I don't see any negatives, but you can be in the negative in win shares. All these people are far too good to be in the negatives, but anyways, so Shai number one, Jokic number two. A lot of these advanced statistics clearly um, show that it's sort of a two-person race when it really comes down to it. If you go by box plus minus, so box plus minus is basically just estimates the points per 100 possessions a player contributes over a league average player. So how much better are you than if you were to be replaced at your position by a league average player? Jokic, it shows 14.7 offensively, 10.8 defensively, 3.9. 14.7 is a monster number. Shai is at 11.9. So again, he's right there. Wembenyama is right there as well. So most of the advanced statistics kind of favor Jokic, but then I think the tiebreaker for Shai is that one, he's played 5 more games. We'll see where that's at the end of the year. And then two, they just beat the Nuggets for, I believe, the third time this year. And on top of that, they are far and away the best team in the West, although the Spurs are coming. And the Nuggets, even when Jokic returned, have been in kind of a free fall and are down to, I believe, 6th in the standings. So you kind of have to give Shai the tiebreaker, if you want to call it that, because it's hard to give the 6th seed, even when you can say, okay, well, the West is beating up on each other. It's a really it's not like a true 6th seed. I don't think Denver is, but still, I mean, you're comparing him to Shai, who is just dominating. So I think it's fair to give Shai the tiebreaker. Right now, I think Shai is the MVP, but we've got a little bit of a ways to go still, and Jokic can still close the gap. Wembenyama could close the gap. Luka, Kawhi, to a lesser extent, Cade and Jalen Brown are still viable candidates. And don't forget that if Shai misses a few more games, then there's a chance that he won't even be eligible. So it's still anyone's game, but Shai, I think, is the leader for sure.